Usama Dakdok is with us. Usama, how are you? Welcome.
I'm doing great, Brother Jeff. It's good to be with you. Thank you.
Yes, welcome back to the program. Good to have you on. Tell us about what's happening in Texas with this massive project that is concerning people that seems to be something that is of concern. It looks like the authorities are now worried about it. Should we be concerned about this massive Muslim community that is being planned there?
Well, Brother Jeff, the Muslims have always been in Texas. They have been always in America, except that we're stages of the peaceful, loving Muslims to the separatism Muslim. In the past, where Muslims were a small, tiny minority in America, they actually practice what Allah said in Quran chapter 47 and verse 35. Do not into the Muslim believers. Allah said, do not be weak, call them for peace when you have the upper hand. See, that's what's happening. The change is, instead of we have few thousand, now we have few hundred thousands of the Muslims who live in Texas. So when they were few, they were weak, they were peaceful. Now they're no longer weak because they are in large number. So they have two options. Number one, to be melt in the melting pot of the United States of America, which means they will disappear and they'll be just American, or to be separate, that is, that they will be in their own land, in their own city, in their own community, to hold on to their dream of taking over America. Most Americans think that Muslims come to America because they're looking for a better life, because they enjoy freedom and they enjoy democracy, and on and on with what we heard from the Muslim in the previous 30, 40 years. But that's not the case. Even according to the
So
word of
what
Allah
what
in the Quran. Hey, brother.
what is Sama? What is the motivation? Is it conquering this country? Is it installing Sharia law all over America? I mean,
Exactly.
it looks like we certainly see that going on in Europe, right, Usama?
It is for Europe, and I think it will be too late for America unless the American will wake up. And here is the reality: they're not here to be part of America; they're here to invade America. Let me tell you why. In the Hadith, in Muhammad's teaching, he taught them Muslim not to immigrate from one country or Muslim country to a foreign country, except in one condition: to infiltrate that land, to take over that land, to invade that land. Otherwise, Muslims are living in sin. But and then if you hear even the top Muslim leaders like Dr. Sharifa Mukhtar, a long time ago, 35 years ago, she's passed away. She is one of infiltrating our school, our education in America. And she said she is not here to be second-class citizen, or she is not here to disappear in America. That's why she said she is proud of Muslim first and Muslim last. And that's the reality. Muslims are not in America to be an American. Even when we think that, oh, well, they took the oath, they gave us allegiance. Yes, Quran chapter 2 and verse 225 taught the Muslim it's okay to lie when you give an oath. Why? Because Muslims have already given their oath to Allah, to Muhammad, to Islam, to the Muslim country where they come from. So there's so much the American people Islam to figure out
Right.
why they don't want to live with us in America and be part of us. Why they want to have their own community, which, by the way, I talked about a good 25 years ago or so. It's called no-go zone. Exactly,
Right.
Muslim community controlled by the Muslim. Nobody can be
Let's
involved in.
let's talk a little more about Texas. It's called Epic City. Master planned residential commercial project in rural Collin County. With their billing it as a, quote, vibrant and inclusive community that serves the needs of the Muslim community. It is 402 acres of recently purchased property, and it's north of Josephine near County Roads 850 and 695. Now, last month you had the governor there making some comments. He said Sharia law is not allowed in Texas, nor are Sharia cities, nor are no-go zones, which this project seems to imply. So can this be stopped, Usama?
I think it can be stopped if the American people be educated about Islam to figure out why these Muslims do want to build their own communities, they want to build their own city within America. Otherwise, as the scripture already said, in Hosea, people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So if we have a chance to, even myself, I'm trying to reach out to the governor to explain to him, you cannot fight this by any way except by the truth. Islam is, what Muslims believe, what is their goal for Texas and their goal for America. Because let's face it, it's been 24 years or so after September 11th, and the American people tried all over this country to stop building some mosques, and the result was zero. We could not stop mosque. Why, Brother Jeff? Because we're picking up wrong reasons why they should not have a mosque. Or because they maybe have some tie to Muslim jihadi. We do not know where the money come from. We have a problem with the parking spaces for all these cars of the Muslims who will be coming to pray on Fridays. Excuse me. These are ridiculous reasons. That's not why they should not have a mosque in America. The reason we should not allow them to build a mosque in America is because what these Muslims believe, what they're going to be doing in this mosque, how they pray, what do they say in their prayer. Imagine with me, 19 times a day,
Okay.
the curse of Allah on the Jew and calling Christian darlene or lost, and in the same time we think that they're gonna like us. In these mosques, they praise a prayer to ask hatred towards Americans, hatred towards the Jews, and we are trying to work.
So, Usama, we have a few minutes left, and I want you to give our viewers your background. So, you grew up Muslim, Usama?
No, I grew up in a Christian home in the Muslim country of Egypt. I started.
Okay, so you saw that, you saw it all around. You saw it all around you. You experienced it there in Egypt. And how did in Egypt Christians and Muslims get work together? Was there peace between Christians and Muslims in Egypt?
Besides bombing our churches, kidnapping our girls and killing our men and slaughtering. I mean, I got people in my own cities who lost 21 church out of the 69 church, including my own church was burned to the ground. We have sometimes group beheading, like in Kush, where they beheaded 24 men after raping their wives and daughters. See, that's what the media does not tell the American people. How Muslims and Christians living together in Egypt. We have been persecuted for over 1,400 years.
So there is no, so there is no way to live side by side. You're saying that it is just there are too many attacks on Christians and Jews. That is just impossible. So is the answer then to deport all the people that are here that are Muslim? I mean, how do we deal with this? I know that we can't allow in millions more. That's for sure. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, we need to stop the immigration of Muslims to America. If we understand that Allah in the Quran in 10 repeated verses said, to those who believed and immigrated and performed jihad for the sake of Allah by their money and by their lives. Imagine with me, the verse is repeated in the Quran 10 times. They're believers, they immigrate, and they perform jihad. And somehow we do not know anything about that verse. And we are that community and this community. The reality is this, Brother Jeff, if we continue to do nothing like we are, not educating the American people and our politicians about why they want to have separate city over these communities. What is their agenda? It is to separate themselves from America, to take over America from within America. And that is the greatest enemy you can have. They don't want to even have their own cemetery to be mixed with.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing all this with us. It's extremely important information. Usama is someone who has been doing this for many years. He's with the Straight Way of Grace Ministry, and we appreciate his insights. As this now becomes more of an issue with what's going on in Plano, Texas, what has been happening in Michigan and Minnesota and other areas around our country, and certainly should be concerned after what we have seen in Europe. Thank you, Usama, for sharing your thoughts on this issue.